Player 1. Player 2. Prepare yourself. Fight.
Right, stop that. I'm not doing the whole video like that. Let's get a little bit more serious. Here we've got two rather similar looking phones, both from China, both targeting the same market, both, let's say, taking design cues from the Xiaomi Mi Mix. So how do these two phones perform and compare? Build quality and appearance. The Doogee Mix feels heavy. It's solid like a rock. It's got a really pretty finish. It's ever so nice to look at. It's thinner than the Bluboo S1, but it has a slight camera bump. The Bluboo S1, it's lighter than the Doogee Mix, but still feels solid in its way. It's got a simple, glossy, black, monolithic look to it. It's thicker and more square than the Doogee Mix. It feels a little bit more secure to hold by the edges. For example, when you're taking a photo. The camera glass is very nearly flush to the back cover. The camera lens glass cover has a non-reflective coating. Physical features. The Doogee Mix has a headphone jack, which is lacking on the Bluboo S1. The Bluboo S1 has USB Type-C, whereas the Doogee Mix is only micro USB. The Bluboo S1 has a double LED flash, whereas the Doogee Mix only has a single LED flash. The Doogee Mix has a light and proximity sensor, which is lacking on the Bluboo S1. Screen and display. The Doogee Mix has a bright OLED screen. It's got great contrast, really good colour saturation and crisp dark blacks, but it's only 720p resolution. There is a little bit of fuzziness and jaggedness around some of the fine detail. The Bluboo S1's got an IPS screen, but it's 1080p resolution. Graphics and text are pin sharp. It's got good colour and contrast, but not as good as the colour and contrast on the Doogee Mix. Performance and use. Both phones performed more or less equally. Both phones ran their OS and apps smoothly and well. Both phones demonstrated good battery life in whole days of normal use. Both phones have fairly clear audio, but neither has adequate volume, either in the earpiece or when using in speaker mode. Both phones have proprietary launchers and skins that were distinctive and tolerable. Of course, you can easily install your favourite launcher. Texting, browsing, emailing was all very straightforward and easy and worked fine. Fingerprint unlocking was fairly swift and reliable on both devices. The Doogee Mix is better for phone calls than the Bluboo S1 because the S1 lacks a proximity sensor. The screen switches off when the top of it physically touches your ear, but it does not automatically turn back on again. This makes in-call keypad use inconvenient, and in some cases I managed to end up with a call in progress and the screen was locked out. Photos. Both phones have the same default camera app. Doogee Mix has higher resolution cameras than the Bluboo S1, but it makes very little difference in practice. Let's take a look at some still photos from the Doogee Mix. Doogee photos are a little bit undersaturated in general. Let's see the comparison photos for the Bluboo S1. Photos on the Bluboo were a bit better saturated, but a little bit warm biased. The Doogee flash is very, very weak. The flash on the Bluboo S1 is very bright. Video recording. Both phones constantly hunt for focus, and this was not improved by using a third-party camera app. This is a serious problem. Let's take a look at some video footage shot on the Bluboo S1. And here is the comparison footage from the Doogee Mix. Video on both phones has a tendency to be unsaturated and jerky. The Bluboo was slightly better for low light video. Why you might love the Doogee Mix. It looks and feels fantastic. The screen is beautiful. It has a headphone jack. Why you might love the Bluboo S1. It has a stylish, understated black finish. The screen is full HD. USB Type-C is fast and simple to plug in. Why you might end up hating either of these phones. The video capability is very poor. Audio volume is low. They're not quite as bezel-less as the marketing images suggest. If I had to choose one, which one would it be? This is a tough choice because they both lack features that are present in the other. If I absolutely have to jump off the fence, it's probably the Doogee Mix, because I love the colours on the OLED screen. But even then, I'd be missing some of the features on the Bluboo S1. In reality, for me, neither of them is quite good enough because of the poor quality of video. So I hope that's been useful. This is probably my last video on these two phones, unless we get some significant updates. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.